Taurus, hi. So this is going to be a reading for June 29th through July 5th. And I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Taurus. What do we got? The overall energy for the reading, the Five of Pentacles. Well, that comes through as an energy of loss. I'm not sure if I see any loss in the reading, but we shall see. Could be. Let's see. In the recent past, the Knight of Cups, the Five of Wands, the Justice card. Okay, this looks like a little bit of a misunderstanding. Like you're doing something, you're coming into something with the greatest intentions in the world, and then it turns into a shit show, and then it's like, I think things are kind of getting back on track at some point. So it's like, okay, well, you're trying to do something for somebody, let's say, and you mean well and all of that, but it kind of blows up in your face, and then it just turns into conflict and disagreement and all sorts of things like that. And then I kind of see it being resolved ultimately, at least at that moment in time. In the current situation, the Queen of Wands, the Page of Cups, the Three of Wands. Okay, things have been good for a while here. You know, you're kind of probably even reaching the conclusion as well of, yeah, I think it's been good for a while, especially in regards to probably that situation over there that I'm looking at in the past. In the immediate future, the Page of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, the World card. There it is. There's the loss, potential loss. Because you're coming into a phase of, I think I'm bored. Like, I think I'm done here. I think I'm good. Yeah, I don't know what to do about the situation. And then it all carries through a sense of a cycle that's closing off or is about to. But you're definitely, your involvement in whatever this is has dropped radically here, you know, compared to how I see you involved in the past there, and even in the current situation. But let me see. So at some point I kind of see you as just not feeling it anymore. Five of Pentacles, you get the Tower, the Four of Pentacles, the Six of Swords. Okay, there is a potential letting go of a situation or trying to. It's coming through forceful though. It's coming through in a nasty way. As, you know, like, okay, you wanna finish this right now? Let's finish this right now. Like with the tone of aggression almost. But I get the sense that you don't want that. You don't want the nasty part of it, the hey, I don't want it to go down so nasty, you know, so you're trying to avoid it going down that way. Okay, let me do the Knight of Cups. What? For the Knight of Cups, you get the Ten of Swords, the Page of Swords, the Three of Swords. Have you been trying to be kind of done here for a while? No, you haven't. But you were kind of done for a while. Oh, and what is it doing inside my house? Anyways, you were done. Your level of engagement, or, you know, just the way you're showing up in the situation is not that much. It's just a tiny little bit. Now on the surface, you're showing up as if, no, I'm here. What are you talking about? I'm with it. I'm right here. On the surface, you are showing up like that, but energetically speaking, not really. Not really. Or something's not allowing you to open up to this in the way you would want to. There's something else that's bugging you there. There's I don't know if something happened. There's a little bit of pain from what I can see, a little bit of just not trusting that it's going to go anywhere, probably based off of that pain that's in the way. So all of that is not allowing you to show up fully as you would want. Even though on the surface, you're showing up as if, nah, I'm here. I'm definitely here. For the 5 of Wands in the recent past, you get the 4 of Wands, the Lovers, the Knight of Swords. Well, this in itself is going to create a mismatch, you know, in the energies, because one energy is showing up not that into it, while the other energy is like, oh no, we're going to fight for this and we're going to make this happen. And it's like, okay, you're coming from very different angles here, very different places, and heading towards very different goals. So that in itself is going to create quite a discrepancy here between the two energies that I'm looking at. For the Justice card, you get the 9 of Swords, the Hierophant, the Devil. Yeah. And then if you choose to stick around in this type of a dynamic in which you're shooting from two very different angles and towards very different outcomes, that's basically building on an unhealthy foundation. So if you decide to stick in that and work with that, that's basically what it's building, an unhealthy foundation. And that's exactly what I'm looking at here. That's exactly what happened. You know, maybe at some point you were shooting for the same goals. Maybe it never happened, but you thought it did. I don't know. But what I'm looking at is two energies that are dealing with, in their perception, something completely different from one another. Which the end result is that, an unhealthy foundation. So it's going to be something of a partnership, of whatever partnership this is, that is always going to feel like something's up there. There's going to feel like an edgy tone to it all the time, and you're not even going to know where it's coming from. It's just, let me do the Queen of Wands in the current situation. The 7 of Cups, the 6 of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands. Is this something you're doing on the side there, like for you? Maybe you're taking up on some things like hobbies or things that you may be passionate about, things that you may want to try that you don't know if you like really, but you want to see if you would like to do those things, whatever. Because this feels like you're pulling the energy more towards you, and you could be trying out new things. Even old things, but things that you know you're passionate about, things that you know would bring something up within you. There. Let me do the Page of Cups in the current situation. You get the Sun, the Wheel of Fortune, the 2 of Wands. Yeah, I think you're giving yourself a little bit of time, and it's almost looking like, you know, Taurus gone wild type of a movie I'm looking at here. Because, like, I'm just going to do whatever the fuck I want, whenever the fuck I want. And that's that. And then I'll be back, you know, to day-to-day life and all of that. But for now, I'm just in this mood of doing whatever the fuck I want because it feels good to me. God damn it. Okay. Let's do the 3 of Wands. Yeah. For the 3 of Wands, you get the 5 of Wands, the King of Pentacles, the Hangman. Yeah, because then you're like, okay, after I've gone rogue a little bit here and I did whatever the fuck I wanted, okay, let's go back to that. Okay, so that foundation is still in place, still edgy, still an unhealthy foundation. So this would have been your period to recharge then, and then go back to that. Why are you going back? That's my question. Would I get a strong sense of it is what it is? Then make it something else. I don't know, because it's not feeling good. That's my problem with it. But it's almost like a sentence you've given yourself. You go, this is my life. This is my reality. Change it. What do you mean? So in this, where you're going crazy here, doing stuff that feels like fun, nice to you, whatever. So you're charging up your batteries to bring it back here? Because why? Because it is what it is. This is my life. Again, change it. You don't know. It's too complicated. Come on now. Everything is complicated. But your reality is what you make it. And that's that. It's as simple as that. It's not complicated. Nah. Okay. Then go back to that. Go have your 5 minutes of recharge and then waste it on that. For the Page of Swords in the immediate future, you get the Queen of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, the World card. Oh, okay. Yeah, you need to get to this point of enough is enough. Yeah. So this is a point in which you choose to put yourself first, your needs first, where this is unacceptable to be felt. So it's like, okay, yeah. But you need to kind of connect to this energy of self-love in which you decide, okay, what the hell is good for me? Not this. Oh, okay, then something else. Okay, well, then this needs to go, right? Right. So you're reaching the conclusion of this needs to come to an ending of a cycle. Now, that doesn't mean the situation has to go altogether. It could mean, hey, is there anything we can do to change things up here? You know, because the way it's working out, it's not working out. It's making me feel like shit. So is there anything that we can come up with to change the, because we're talking about a dynamic you share with somebody. You know, this is another energy that's attached to you here. So it doesn't have to mean, oh, this is going for my life completely. It could mean that. If there's nothing to be working with here, if the other energy comes and looks at you as if you're an alien when you bring up that, hey, this doesn't feel good to me, then yeah, that means they're not realizing that, hey, yeah, something's not great here. You know? I don't know. An ending of a cycle, again, doesn't mean the ending of a situation altogether, unless there's nothing to work with there. For the Two of Pentacles in the immediate future, you get the Five of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles. And this is the part in which you actually step into the realization of, hell yeah, I get to create my own reality, you know? So I get to remove what I don't like from the reality I'm dealing with right now, right? So if that part in there doesn't make me feel great, it's going, or I'm going away from it, where my reality is going to shift into something else. It's going to look different. So this is you coming into your own aha moments and starting to make some changes, you know, slowly but surely. It's a process though. It's not an overnighter. It's not going to happen too fast. I don't think you're in a rush because you're, you know, you're an earth sign. You're a Taurus. Nobody, you know, nobody's rushing you here. Let me do the World card in the immediate future. You get the Three of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, the Empress. Yeah. It's going to take a while. It's going to take a while. I don't see you bothered by it, though. As I said, earth signs are usually not bothered by things moving slow, and it is what it is. It's working out for you. No matter how long it takes, at least you're coming out of it a different Taurus, you know? With the understanding of, hey, happiness should come from within me, and then it's gonna, well, it's supposed to kind of show up outside of me, and if something is in my reality outside of me that feels ill, then that means I'm not aligned with what's going on internally, or internally I'm lying to myself and I'm not happy, so I need to dig a little deeper and start the healing process so that I remove that, so that my reality reflects happiness, because that's what I'm feeling inside. So there's, again, a whole lot of aha moments here that you're starting to work with yourself so that it reflects in your reality, because whatever that is, it's not making you feel great, you know. And it could be a friendship. It could be someone you're working with. It could be, I don't fucking know what the hell that is. But it's definitely from the get-go almost starting to look as if it was shaped on an unhealthy foundation. And it carries through, and you normalize it to such extent that when you go and have your little fun for 5 minutes and then come back, you kind of look at that and you're like, well, it is what it is. Since it's here, I might as well deal with it. Why, if it makes you feel like crap? And then you're getting into your own realizations about it all. And then you're implementing some changes. Let me see what the universe has as a final advice for you. The Four of Swords, the Two of Cups, the Eight of Cups. I don't know if you know, but whatever that is, you're completely emotionally disconnected from it too. Like if I were to ask you, hey, how do you feel about them? You would probably say out of habit, oh, I care for them. Yeah, do you really? Like, what do you really feel? Like, what speaks to your heart there when it comes to this situation? If you were to be super honest with yourself and with me, you would be like, you know what? I don't know. I don't know what I feel. Because you're completely emotionally disconnected at this point. This is habit at this point. Whatever the situation is for you. You come back to it out of habit. So, that's it. That's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time.